Good morning, Uganda. Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, Tanzania. Good morning, Jamaica. Good morning, Sierra Leone, Freetown. Good morning, everyone. Take your seats. Good morning, good afternoon. It's coming to the afternoon. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to the Somo Sisters launch. Has everyone got the book? Has everyone got the book? The Somo Sisters book? I like something that goes like, together we can. I think it used to be Obama's slogan during his elections. Together we can. Together we can. We end this together. We will stand together. Welcome everyone. I would like to welcome Mr. Garth from the Commonwealth. Does everyone know who Mr. Garth is? Do you know what? He's so tall, he makes me feel like a midget. Mr. Garth, can you have a wave to everyone, please? Welcome to the Somo Sisters event. Welcome. Isn't it beautiful? I would like to welcome Madame Aqua, all the way from Manchester. Give a wave. She was the first in the parking, all the way from Manchester. Thank you. I would like to give a mention to a lady who is not here with us today, Alice. Alice mainly for the great work that she did in the Somo Sisters. Welcome everyone. My name is Justina Odwong, and I'm from Uganda. So I might mention Uganda a few times. I've got a bit of bias. I will ask our DJ to play some music. I know we've got our guest of honor arriving around 12 o'clock. We've got some drinks on your tables. Enjoy the drinks, look through the Somo Sisters books. If you need a book, we've got a few at the back. Have a look. Housekeeping. Toilets to the right, the ladies straight through, and the gents are upstairs. Fire exit. It's a one-way traffic. The same way you came in is the same way we get out. But if instructions change, we'll take the left door into the car park. There is no fire drill today, so if you hear the alarm, it's a real fire. Thank you. introducing our Commonwealth team on the spot. Welcoming Mr. Gunn for a quick speech to speak to the people. I think we are all majority are Commonwealth countries, so it would be nice to hear from him. Please put your hands together for our Commonwealth team representative. Yeah? Thank you.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure to be in the company of my fellow Commonwealth diaspora communities. Madam MC, is this the slot in the program, or have you just put me on the spot here now for this?
Well, given that you're here first.
All right. Given that I'm here. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm Garth Dallas. I have the honor of chairing the Liverpool Commonwealth Association, and I heard and I could see, flags in various countries being called out, and they're all Commonwealth countries. What we are all about is ensuring that the Commonwealth is seen as a force for good in modern times. This is not about Empire 2.0. This is about acknowledging the fact that the Commonwealth as a bloc, under its new Commonwealth Charter, represents prosperity, represents collaboration, represents a force for good in ensuring that Commonwealth countries, all 56, can work together for common aims. I will talk a little bit more about the Commonwealth as we go along in the Commonwealth Association. But as new guests come in, I want to officially just say an absolute well done to WODIN and Somo sisters for completing this particular task. And to get to this point, put your hands together. They came to me at a very early stage when bids were being written. The project was explained to me and I was asked, would the Commonwealth Association be prepared to endorse this project? I think it took me about 0.001 second to say yes. Absolutely yes. That's why we exist. The Commonwealth Association in Liverpool prides itself on supporting its diaspora communities. There are other Commonwealth associations across the country. Some will focus post-Brexit and trying to sign new trade deals with Commonwealth countries. Some will just want to, have the nice, lovely stuff of, engagement with the palace and stuff like that. I'm not criticizing that. What I'm saying is that the Liverpool Commonwealth Association has recognized that in this city region, we have, of the 56 Commonwealth countries, we are actively engaging with about 38 or 48 diaspora communities in the Liverpool city region. When we talk about the world in one city, back to 2008, capital of culture, we have re-engineered that to the Commonwealth in one city. And therefore, our focus is on the people. Our focus is on ensuring that our Commonwealth diaspora people have that sense of belonging here in place in the Liverpool City region. And what does that mean? It means that we lobby for better education. We lobby for decent work. We lobby for ensuring that our people have the opportunities to be able to set up their businesses and not just set it up but to thrive in their businesses. So when they're sending the MoneyGram or whatever back to the Commonwealth countries, they're not doing that at the expense of feeding themselves. Because when we get across the world, everyone believes that once you leave, you end up with streets of gold. And I know culturally how much pressure that puts on our people. So we want to make sure that here where you are able to thrive. You're able to be part of the fabric of the city and the city region. And that's why we're different. And I say that without any apologies, because what we do is listen to the people, listen to our membership, and we then go out and do what we need to do to ensure that we can assist, or we can be the catalyst for assistance. And that's exactly what we did with this particular project. But we had to first develop a sense of respect within the fabric of the city. And I'm happy to say that since we started in 2015, we have developed that trust within the city region that when we call and we say we will back this, they know that we are not just going to tick a box and then walk away, that we will see it through. And it's exactly what we are doing with this particular project, what we've done with many other projects, and that's why there is absolutely no way that I would not be here today. So, let me just talk to you a bit about the Commonwealth. I mentioned the Commonwealth Charter earlier. This is the 10th year of that Commonwealth Charter. And within that, we celebrate the values and aspirations that's enshrined in the Commonwealth Charter. It can't just be about words on a page, but we need to live it. My day job, I'm a lawyer, and I can tell you, if you ever get the opportunity to read the Commonwealth Charter, you will find that it's one of the most modern, inclusive, well thought through piece of legislation. So when people talk about Empire 2.0, I keep on saying there cannot be an Empire 2.0, but there will be a modern Commonwealth, because that Commonwealth Charter, which is only 10 years old, we own it. We need to be able to understand what it represents and the values: equality, gender equality, prosperity for all, climate change. The Commonwealth countries are the ones who are disproportionately affected by climate change. And nevertheless, it's those Commonwealth countries, during the days of colonization, that had their resources extracted for the technology revolution. That same technology revolution is what is now causing climate change. And still yet those Commonwealth countries are the ones who are disproportionately affected. But the Commonwealth can be used as a force for good, where large countries, small countries, can work together with the smaller countries, the Barbados of this world, the Maldives, the ones where, as the ocean rises, they are more at risk. That's where together, when people talk about COP26, COP27, where the Commonwealth countries could sit around the table and have their voices heard in equal measure with all the other big countries. Remember, Australia is part of the Commonwealth. New Zealand is part of the Commonwealth. India is part of the Commonwealth. As much as you have smaller islands as part of the Commonwealth, that's what it represents. Each Commonwealth country is different, with different histories, different circumstances, and different experiences. That's why when we work together, it makes sense that we look at how we can unite, engage in membership of the modern Commonwealth, bound by the blend of practical advantages, common interests, and shared values which make our family of nations so special. The values and aspiration of our Charter and their application in the Commonwealth and the wider world are enduring, but they are the most important during difficult times. We're going through difficult times now, and that's why I call upon us as an association to step up to the plate. Women in the Commonwealth are the backbone and the foundation of the Commonwealth. I was raised by women. You see how big and tall I am. If my sisters now call upon me and whatever, I shrink to another level and respect, because that is our culture. I've always said that in the Commonwealth we need to have a thriving women forum. And again, going back to why I'm here today, why this project is so important, is because what you have done and are doing is capturing the stories of women who have led our culture, the backbone of our communities, our villages, our families. And those histories need to be maintained, preserved, and kept alive, so that other generations can understand what our mothers, our aunties and others did when they first came into this country many, many years ago, what they had to put up with, so that the younger folks now can at least look towards a better future. Just as the Commonwealth stood in the face of apartheid and warned of the threats of environmental breakdown as long as 34 years ago, we stand together now to face the challenges of the modern moment and seize the opportunities of tomorrow. Where there is violence and conflict, we work for peace. Where there is insecurity, we protect the culture, process, and institutions of democracy. Where there is poverty, we tackle it. Where there is injustice, we challenge it. Where our brothers and sisters have lived threatened lives and disrupted by the impacts of climate change that I spoke to you about, we stand with them working tirelessly for climate action and a more sustainable world. And in every time we work together to deliver a better future for the 1.5 billion young people in the Commonwealth. 1.5 billion young people below the age of 30 in the Commonwealth. That is unique. This year is the year of the youth in the Commonwealth. That's why it is so important for us to celebrate the Commonwealth. The friendships and partnerships which have developed over decades mean that no Commonwealth country or citizen stand alone. As we have shown so many times, when we stand together, there is no storm we cannot weather, no challenges we cannot overcome, and no opportunity we cannot seize. I believe profoundly that our family of 56 nations and 2.5 billion people is stronger, more vibrant, more connected, and more purposeful than ever. When we started in 2005, there were 50 Commonwealth countries. We've got 56 Commonwealth countries now, which shows that in a modern world, it's not about previous colonized countries. Countries are now joining the Commonwealth voluntarily. Barbados has relinquished the crown as its head of state, but it stayed in the Commonwealth. Zimbabwe was kicked out of the Commonwealth for all sorts of reasons, going back to the Mugabe regime, but Zimbabwe have reapplied to join the Commonwealth. And I can certainly say to you that their application is being favorably considered as we speak. It's a growing block of countries, it's a growing community, and we want to celebrate that. And today, in this room, what we see is the beauty of the Commonwealth. So, on this 10th anniversary of our Charter, as we renew our commitment to its values and to each other, let us resolve together to ensure that in the years to come, we make the peaceful and sustainable common future we all strive for a reality for the whole Commonwealth. So I, on behalf of the Liverpool Commonwealth Association, hereby reaffirm our commitment to ensure that our city region play a vital and active role in this country's role shaping a modern Commonwealth. And we will do that all together. Thank you very much. Congratulations on your launch today. This is the type of project that we need to celebrate. These are the type of projects the Liverpool Commonwealth Association will continue to support. So put your hands together for yourselves. It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you, Garth. I love listening to realistic speeches, pragmatic things going on in the world that we sometimes do not get a chance to listen to. I didn't know Zimbabwe reapplied to join the Commonwealth. I didn't know that. So thank you. Thank you, everyone. Can I do this again? We've got Sierra Leone, we've got Tanzania, we've got Jamaica, we've got Nigeria, we've got Ghana, we've got Uganda. We've got everyone here. Did I forget someone? Zimbabwe. I keep forgetting Zim, I think, because of the Commonwealth thing. Who else did I forget? I can't. The colorful country. Here we are, we've got Kenya. Together we come. Together we can. You're seated next to someone you've never met before. Say hello, ask them their name, where they're from, who they're here to represent. But can I just ask the Somo sisters, wherever you are, stand up and give us a wave. Somo sisters. Somo sisters, stand up. Wherever you are, give us a wave. Those are our Somo sisters. Has everyone got the book? Has everyone read the book? I've learned a lot from that book. There's so many things I didn't know about people's cultures, differences, and Veronica. Interesting about the day you arrived in the UK. The day you arrived in Liverpool. Those are interesting things that we need to know about each other. So I'll leave the microphone, allow people to greet each other, say hello to each other, as we wait to welcome our next speaker. Before I go off, I want to welcome Madame Rose Sally. Give us a wave all the way from Manchester and her team. It is SWAN, the organization that stands with us. And Noga, you said something about women. This lady here, she's more of that woman that you call when you need something. And I always remember what she said to me when I was registering. I've got an organization, Mind, Body and Soul for Mental Health, supporting the young people of color. We say of color because BEM has been struck off. So young people of color to understand the stigma around mental illness in people of color. I'm a mental health nurse for the last 21 years and probably have admitted about 3 people of color in Liverpool, but I have had over 20 suicides of people of color. So there's something about mental health that we don't talk about, that we are trying to normalize in young people. So I needed to register my organization. I went to this lady, she's got a big organization in Manchester, and trust me, in our background, we are very protective of what we know. Sometimes we don't tell. We are very protective. I always remember this lady's words to me. I was given for free, I'll give you for free. What do you need on your application? She showed me step by step. I'm a registered organization now. I think someone else will say the same here, because she stands with us in every journey. Thank you very much, Rose and your team. We'll always appreciate you. Thank you. I think we've got the Liverpool mayor here and his team. We've got my apologies. We've got the Liverpool mayor and her, yeah, it's she. Oh my goodness, that's so funny. Thank you very much for that. I just thought, oh my God, switch on Justina. So we've got Prosy, our dancer, Prosy. Prosy, if you can move to the back. And if we can clear this corridor, because it is a welcoming dance for Our Lady Mayor. If I can have the DJ, please. We've got our song for the welcome. Have we got that song ready? our hands together for the Lord Mayor, please. Stand up, everyone on your feet for the Lord Mayor. Thank you, Prospect. Thank you. So that is a traditional dance from Uganda known as Kadodi. Kadodi. And that is how we welcome people. Welcome, Lord Mayor. Welcome to this colorful event for the WODIN women. I would like to officially welcome Mrs. Kalonji, the founder director. She's everything in WODIN. She can introduce herself to welcome you this afternoon to this colorful event. Thank you.
Thank you. This lady is my boss. She's actually a director. I'm just the servant and the project lead of Women and Digital Inclusion, also known as WODIN. And I am super excited. I don't know if you can see the excitement. Normally when I'm excited, I scream, I jump, I dance. Today I'm just going to be calm and try to keep it low, but I'm really, truly humbled and excited to have you all here with us. Welcome, Your Worship, Lady Mayoress. We have the Mayor, the Lord Mayor, Lady Mayoress. I don't even know how to, I'm so excited. Lord Mayor of Liverpool, Lady Mary, Rasmussen with us this afternoon. Welcome, welcome. All our esteemed guests, you've heard from the amazing Mr. Gareth Dallas, who is the chairperson of the Liverpool Commonwealth Association. He's also the head of Dallas Legal. He is also a brother, a father, an uncle. He is a great friend to connect with, so please do connect with her. We really, really are blessed to have with us Councillor Aqua from Greater Manchester over there. She represents the Green Party, and yeah, we love it. We really are truly blessed to have you with us. Between Mr. Dallas and Councillor Aqua is the other Director of Women and Digital Inclusion, Mrs. Sarah Nabute Katereka. And our MC is the other Director, and the final Director is also the person who is, what's the word? In my language, we call it Omukumi Wechifo. So I'm gonna say that in my language. God has given him the mandate to restore this building to its original glory, and he's doing everything in his power. You'll find him here at midnight trying to fix something or other. He is so committed to it, and this is a community space for events, for christenings, birthdays, weddings, a community workshop, you name it. This space is for us, and not just us here, but the people in Liverpool. So we really, truly should give him a round of applause for the work he's doing here. That is Reverend Samuel Sarpong Frempong. We have with us, I think you've already heard about her, but I just want to say a huge, huge, huge thank you to Mrs. Rose Sally and the Support and Action for Women's Network team for traveling all the way from Oldham as well. Mrs. Rose Sally is my mentor, she's my sister, she's my coach. I run to her at midnight, at 1, at 3 in the morning. Anything I need to understand about running an organization like WODIN, I run to her. And she always either is posting me or telling me, calm down, we're going to solve this, we're going to solve this. So I really, truly appreciate you. In my language and in my culture, you don't appreciate somebody while standing. So I'm going to say a huge thank you to everybody here today. And this is how we do it. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I'm truly humbled. And so I'm going to invite my boss, Mrs. Justin Odwongo, to come back and take this mic. But I just want to say, have an amazing day. Take as many pictures as you want. Connect with everybody that you need to connect to. And thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I will say a greater thank you to our sponsors and stakeholders, but I just want to say thank you right now and hand this back over to Mrs. Odwongo.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I think because we are running out of time, I would like to invite our Lord Mayor to give us her speech, and then I'll briefly update people as the time moves on. I think some of the programs might change as we move on, but I'll keep updating things as they are. Lord Mayor, please.
Hello everybody. Where's that young lady who danced me in? Can you teach me how to do that dance? That was wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Shaking your bum's a good thing, I think. Definitely, definitely. Can I just say thank you so much for inviting me here today. And I know it was a bit of a surprise that I'm a woman. Do you know, girls, if we get it right, we can rule the world. Seriously, God's looking at me now thinking, I'll get you back. But honestly, I mean, this is my second term of office as Lord Mayor, and it's the first time it's happened since 1945. I wouldn't clap too soon. There are people saying, oh no, she's back. But women and what they can do for society is amazing. If you think about our children, my mother was a great believer. My mother and father were Irish. They were from poor families. They had 10 children. They never believed that 1 or 2 people raised the child. It was the village. It was everybody around you that raises that child to be part of society. I was a little girl from Garston. I started off in London, but don't tell anybody. Ended up in Garston as a little girl. Never in a million years did I think I could become Lord Mayor. But you all can. You can all be what you want to be. And I would also say about passing the stories down. Tell your grandchildren and your children your history. Let them know. If you get the time, write it down. You can do amazing things now with computers, and I'm not too good with them, but young people can. Keep those memories alive. Keep those traditions going. The young lady who explained about hear people say thank you on the knees, that humbles me, genuinely. So I've learned something today that is so important for me going forward. God, sometime in the future, I will get on my knees and I will thank someone, because what a wonderful thing to do. So wonderful. I think you've all heard enough of me for now. So I will hand over to someone who speaks a little bit better probably, but I'm not sure who it is. Justine? She knew, she was just testing if I could handle this. Thank you so much to everybody for listening to me.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for coming to be with us here today. It cannot be easy sometimes, juggling office and everything, but thank you for standing for our community. I would once again want to welcome the ladies who have participated in the Somo Sisters project, and please, I'll ask you once again to stand up and give the Lord Mayor a wave for everyone who is in the Somo Sisters book. Thank you. Lord Mayor, I would like to mention that these ladies are from 8 countries. Wow. So we've got Silarion. Someone from Silarion, please. The Somo sister from Silarion, not here today. Nigeria. Ghana. Not here yet. Tanzania. Not here yet, but they are all represented in that book. Kenya, Nairobi. I would like to say Obama's sister. We pride ourselves in that in East Africa. Uganda. Yeah. So we've got a whole lot of people standing here together today. Women, of course. Sorry, Gareth. Zimbabwe. There we go. I keep going on about it because they are rejoining the Commonwealth. Welcome, Zim. Welcome back, actually. Welcome back to the Commonwealth. And that is us standing together in the community of Liverpool. We thank Julie Kalunji for the great work that she's done, bringing us together, bringing the community together, because it is a difficult job. Trust me, I always tell people about culture sensitivity that we come from Africa, but Africa has 2,000 languages. I come from Uganda, and it has 53 tribes, 23 languages. We all have our little specific things that are different to us. So don't you ever think that because we are the same color or from the same nation, we will get on. We've got our own intra-cultural differences, and we grow up with our parents saying to us, don't get married to people from northern Uganda, they are rude. Don't bring that person from central Uganda, they are arrogant. And then we come here in a different country and we think, yeah, we will get on. Your manager in work says, come on, Justina, you're from Uganda, he's from Nigeria, you should get on. We are different. So thank you very much for managing those differences as we stand together as a community in Liverpool. For our next bit on the program, I would like to welcome our director, Sarah. I think you had something planned for us today. One of your stories. If you're not ready, we can get Rosemary Njuku. Sarah is shaking. We can get Rosemary Njuku, one of the women whose story is in the book, to briefly tell us about it. I think she's got something more planned. Thank you, Rosemary. You can stand there or stand here, anywhere you feel comfortable. But I think it would be nice to come to the front so the Lord Mayor doesn't have to make it around you. Thank you. Thanks, Rosemary.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Rosemary Azoka Ojukwu. I'm from Nigeria, and I'm from Anambra State. It's one of the 37 states in Nigeria. I am an Igbo. Some people say Igbo. Igbo is one of the many tribes in Nigeria. As Justin rightly said, there are quite many tribes and many languages in Nigeria. Over 530-something languages, not dialects, but languages. Just to show you how diverse, we are really. Culturally, we are quite diverse as well in Nigeria. We don't have similar cultures. Even when you come from the same state, there will be little differences in those places. So before I start, I'm a mother, I'm retired. I'm the mother of 3 adult children and 4 grandchildren. I just want to welcome and thank the Lord Mayor, the councillors, the elders, community leaders, and ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming, spending time with us to launch our book. It was an interesting journey, to put it mildly. I have always wanted to write my story or tell my children my story, but there had never been a time to do so up till now. So I want to say a big thank you to Julie Kulungi for making that possible. She encouraged me to do so. And having tried it, I'm determined to do more writing. Usually when I talk to people who say to me, where do you come from? And I'll tell them, and they say, how about you? I'll tell them a few stories. And I said, no, Rosemary, you've got to write this down. You've got such a story, rich wealth of story to tell. You should write it down. And I would say, yeah, I'll do it. But I was never going to do it until now. I think it's important to write our story, especially the first generation immigrant. It's very important. Again, when I was approached, I thought, okay, I'll write it. I'll write the story. I joined the group. Because I would like to inspire some young women like me who left their country far away and they're here in Liverpool or in England, it doesn't matter, encountering the many differences and problems. I need to let them know it's all good. You come through. Just keep striving for the best. Be the best you can be. Not just for you, but for your children and the whole of society. Again, when people see me, I said, an immigrant woman, they just see me. But really, I come with all sorts of goodies, if you like. I've got a lot to give. My food, my cultures, all this will just to enrich the society that we live in, or the world that we live in. I'm helping to enrich it, not to take everything away from me, from you. That's what I would like to see people feel by writing our stories, or when they read our story or stories. Again, I feel that if you do not know my journey or my story, you can't really engage or interact with me appropriately. But if you know my story and where I'm coming from, we will get along very well. So that is important. That's another reason why I think writing this book is important. So that people can see you and know your story and learn to appreciate you and know what you've been through to get here and what you are willing, with encouragement, to give to the community where you live. Another thing is, just to tell you a little bit about my journey. I had been through the Civil War from 67 to 1970. I was in my teens during the war, but I had no choice but to assume adult responsibility, taking care of my family. I had to walk for 53 miles or more to buy and sell in order to look after my mother, who was very sick. She had a baby in April, and we left where we lived at Onisha to go to a village. And I was the only adult. My older brother, he wasn't living with us at the time. He was preparing to go to university. So he lived away from home. So when, one afternoon, a minibus came, and I was told to pack just one suitcase and join. So my father, being the man, just packed his own case went and sat in the vehicle. I had to get clothing from the baby, my mother, who was very sick. I had to more or less carry her practically downstairs. We lived on the top floor of a 3-story building because she was very sick. And my younger brother, I was 9 years old at the time. So I took all these people, we went to live in Orauco. We stayed there initially because my mom was a businesswoman. So we don't actually live in Orauco, but this is the home where my parents were born, my husband's parents, generations of generations, they all came from that Orauco. So if I'm in Nigeria, somebody says to me, where do you come from? I don't say Onitsha, even though I was born and raised in Onitsha. But Orauco is my home, if you like. So initially I started farming. I was given some portion of a plot of land. So I have to farm to feed my mother, my sick mother. My father was a building contractor. Somebody told him there was a place where there's building work going on. So he left and promised me that he will come back periodically to bring food and money for us to manage. My brother, in order not to be conscripted into the army, had to join crude oil services. So I was the only adult taking care of all these people. I did this for nearly 2 years and a bit. And then, as luck will have it, a priest who used to know the family came to this Orauco town and started looking out for, asking about our family. So I went to him and he said, look, I want to set up a feeding station and I want you to manage it and get people to help you. I was quite young, but I thought, okay. I got two older people, one a teacher, well, another woman older than me. So we set up a center cooking and feeding Poshoko children. To me, that was my saving grace, because I no longer have to trek or walk for 53 miles to go and buy salt and cigarettes from smugglers and then carry it, buy some food, feed my mother, go to another town to sell those salts. I'm talking about 10 kg of salt carrying in my head. And I have to dress like an older person because young girls can be raped at any time by the soldiers. So that was important. So I was protected by some kind women. In fact, I never stopped looking after each of those women while I was in England. When I go home, I still see them. They're well past now, and I get things for them because I never forgotten. Even though they turned it around, saying that when I was working in the feeding station, I never forgot them. I always make sure that their children were fed. It's only milk and rice type of thing that we are preparing and sharing out to people. So after the war, I got married and went back to school because I was determined to finish my education. So I went back to school in January, because we start school in January and those days. Went to school, stayed and did my exam in December. By that time, I was pregnant with my first daughter. So I arrived here December 72 with my husband because he was coming to do his master's certificate. He used to be a Nation Navy officer. So we came here for him to do his master's. So I arrived here in the winter, December. I couldn't believe how horrible it was. It was so cold. He did warn me, but I said to him, yeah, I can cope with Hamatan. So winter is nothing. I can cope with it. But I found it very challenging. But I survived. 6 weeks later, I had my daughter, it was as if I hit the ground running. I had no support that you normally have back home when you have a baby. None of that. I only had the help of my husband and nothing more. So it was a struggle and a big challenge. The weather, the new alien environment that I found myself in. And how I managed, I don't know, but I did manage. I was determined not to let the weather and or the environment beat me. I was going to beat it, hands down. That's how it was, and then, since then, it's been up and down. Things are better now, because you can now buy a house a lot easier than at that time. We struggled, but eventually we managed to get a house. After nearly 2 years, in our own home, I mean. Initially when we arrived, we stayed with his friends in their house in Liverpool 15, and then eventually we rented another Nigerian Igbo man, gave us upstairs in his house. So that wasn't too bad, but buying our own home was a bit of a challenge, but we managed in the long run to get one. So, as I said, I've got three children. My youngest was 4 when I went to university. It wasn't easy. My husband was in Merchant Navy, so I was like a single mother, but without the fund restriction. I had the money available, so I wouldn't say too much about being a single mother. But it was, I have to raise my children single-handed and go to uni with 3 children in tow and survived. Haven't managed not 1 but 2 degrees. I think it hasn't been easy, but it was worth my while. Because again, it inspired my children to know that hard work doesn't kill anybody. And also, I joined in writing this book to let other people know that you must never, ever let people dim your light. Let your light shine as bright as possible. Always strive to be the best of you, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Racism is a horrible thing. Discrimination, being marginalized, can be so destroying, but I tell everybody, you can overcome it. Just keep your head up and do the best you can for yourself and for society. We have a lot to give, and don't ever forget that. Thank you all. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Rosemary. She comes with a lot of goodies, so don't take it for granted. And trust me, a lot of people from our background come with a lot of goodies. They come here and start again, but kudos to those who stand firm and do it. I think sometimes working with the youth today and listening to Veronica's story, I keep calling her Rosemary's stories, there is no resilience in our youth today. And I'm a mother, and sometimes I look at my 12-year-old and I think, could you cook? I used to cook for a family of 9 when I was just 10 years old. There is no resilience. And your story, I think, we need to give these books to our children to read. Our stories have a lot of resilience in them. While I think as a nation, we are not as resilient as we used to be. I would like to invite our special volunteer who will tell us what she's learned from this project. And our next bit will be our Lord Mayor giving out these wonderful presents that we've had here for the Somo sisters, and it will be lunch time.
Good afternoon, everyone. All protocol duly and powerfully observed. My name is Folashade Silva. I'm from Nigeria, from Oyo State, Ibadan, particularly the largest city in Africa. So, yes. I want to thank Julie for the opportunity to be part of Somo Sister. I want to appreciate all the founders and directors, because joining Somo Sisters has really helped me. I could remember that, I'll start from when I was young. When I was 2 years old, my mom died. I don't really know her. I don't have the vision, like I can't really remember except through a little picture that she had. So I would say that I lack a kind of women group, like I don't have motherly support, something like that. So I always like involving around women whenever they have a program. So when I grew up, I decided to have an NGO that's based on women empowerment in Nigeria. I support women, I give education to local women, teaching them how to do simple accounting in their business, profits and loss, because so many women do business, they don't know if they're really making income. So fast forwarding, moving to this country, I came in like I needed to belong to a group that could help me to grow in a new place that I don't have people, I don't know what to do. So when I came, my friend invited me to WODIN. I was excited, like I'm going to be in another women's meeting, women group that have a vision, that knows where they are going. But one of the fear I had when I was coming into this country is that people were complaining, you're coming to Nigeria, you're coming from African countries to Europe or to wherever you're going, and then how do you want to train your child in this kind of country? Like, how do you want to survive? I was like, God will help me. But joining Somo Sisters, I'm looking up onto so many beautiful women in the group that have trained their children, and they are really making it in this world. And some of them have spent 25 years, 30 years, and they are successful. That's a thing of joy to me, like, really, I can do this. And when I first came, we had so many programs that I've really learned from in Somo Sisters. I'll first talk about the Spark project, when we talk about energy savings. And the first time I came, I was in the home. I don't know how to go about energy saving, because in Nigeria, we're used to running generator, when you don't have light, you just put on your gen, you have another alternative to energy. So when I came in, 2 days after, the lights went off, like, I was like, what happened? I don't know what to do. I was crying alone in the house. My husband was not there, the lights went off, just like that. I don't know, I was crying. This is another thing entirely. This is new thing I don't know how to do. But joining Spark Energy program, I was able to know how you can save your energy within the house. You don't just on all the lights anytime you like. You put on one place and off it, and how you can save your gas and all the stuff. I learned through the guitar platform too, because we were taught about how we can use our social media to promote ourselves, promote our business, not just to watch Facebook, Instagram, doing nothing. You can earn money through social media. I've learned a lot being an admin. I was able to be able to move forward to being an admin project manager, and through that, Julie has really helped me through fight and everything. You need to do this. She pushed me. Like, I really am grateful to be part of these women. I am so excited because it really connected me to the kind of women I love to be. Like saying, like Rosemary came out, I was joking with her this morning, see this beautiful grandma. Even if you don't want to, you know, this kind of posting in Nigeria, Africa, we love dressing gorgeously, looking beautiful. So she was looking for eyelash this morning. I see this grandma looking for eyelash. I have to tighten up. I don't have to lose myself, because if this kind of grandma is looking like this, I have to keep up myself too. So I really love being around these women. They have really helped us. And one thing I learned when I first came into the group in Nigeria, in Africa, you don't call people by name. Like when you want to address, like Rosemary said, mommy, grandma, like when I first came and they were like, Rosemary, Veronica, I don't know how to call them. I'll be like, I can't call this elderly woman, I can't call them by their name. I still respect them, but it taught me like, you can still respect people just by their calling them by name. It's not about calling mommy, sister, and all those stuff. So I'm grateful for this opportunity and I'm excited. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you for sharing. Amazing to share. I think for the next program, as prompted by the director, we've got a few people to talk about their journeys with WODIN. But I would like to first of all invite Gareth from the Commonwealth to hand over the Somo Sisters book, signed, sealed, and delivered to the Lord Mayor, please.
God, you are so tall.
Lord Mayor, I feel like I should do the Ugandan way. I feel like I should go.
I dare you.
The only problem, ma'am, is I may not be able to get back up. So, listen, Lord Mayor, on behalf of these absolutely wonderful ladies in this beautiful project, I present you with absolute honor and pleasure a signed copy of the book that has captured their stories, and every single individual who are here today have signed the book for you. I hope you treasure it.
I will.
And thank you very much for being here and being a woman that they will all acknowledge based on the story that you told. And I know your story for a while, can be inspired. And I can certainly assure you that I was one of those when I was told and I heard that you would be doing a second term. I celebrated.
Oh, bless you.
Have a great, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
You're most welcome.
Thank you, ladies, you're stars. No,
Thank you very much. I will also invite Julie Kalunji to be able, actually, Mr. Gareth, you need to come back because it's your turn now.
It's my turn.
Yeah, for the book. It's not the dance. You're not doing the dance. So I'll invite Julie Kalunji to also hand over the Somo Sisters book to Gareth.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We appreciate it so much.
And now, I'd like to invite our director, Mrs. Justine Odwongo, to present a copy of the Somo Sisters tapestry to our mentor, the mind, the brains behind women and digital inclusion. I always say that, Mrs. Rose Desai.
I've already said so much about this beautiful woman, and I just want to present this book to Madame Rose Sully, all the way from Manchester, and for all the great work that you do for us. We do truly, truly appreciate you, our mentor, our driver, our motivator, our everything. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ladies, and thank you everyone for coming. I should have worn one of them because I'm from Uganda myself, but I went and fell down on bank holiday. But thank you so much, ladies. And all the Somo sisters, I've actually read the book, and I couldn't put it down. So thank you so much for sharing your lives with us. God bless you all.
And our wonderful counselor, mental health and well-being, Aqua, can I present this to you as well? Many thanks for the love from Somo Sisters.
Thank you very much. What an honor to be here. I'm so excited. I heard about the book and I've been waiting, it feels like forever, to get here and buy copies. And now I have a special copy as well. And it's amazing. People's stories, they are so important that we share them. We share them with every generation. And I could not come over. I mean, it's miles from Manchester, but I could not come over and see the amazing work that you're doing here. Thank you very much. Thank you both.
Lovely. And as we had a time frame for this, and I'm bad with time for those who know me, I would like to invite Julie Kalunji and our Lord Mayor so that we can present this wonderful present to the Somo Sisters. So I think Julie, you'll read out the names, then I'll bring the presents through.
We'll start with you, Mrs. Sarah Nabukdekaterika.
We also have some beautiful awards, and for Sarah, Best Service Award. So Sarah has been in almost every project of Somo Sisters.
I got a pretty one. That's my colour.
We'll get you one.
And another Best Service Award goes to Paula M.H. Namfuka. Not here today. Best Service Award, Rosemary Ujuku. Best volunteer goes to Rachel Nakajiri. Another Best Service Award goes to Mr. and Mrs. Sapong. Mr. and Mrs. Sapong.
That's a surprise.
No. Oh my God. I should have on my knees.
Oh no, amazing. They're amazing.
I know my answer. We should
Best Service Award, Dr. Paul Kalunji has been here today. Welcoming everyone. Thank you for supporting Somo sisters. We've got a Somo brother. Thank you. For the Somo sisters.
And she can't read herself, so for the next Somo sister, Mrs. Justin Odwongo, a director of WODIN as well, but that wasn't the reason she joined Somo Sister. She was like, I want to share my story. I want to speak for the many young people out there who don't have a voice. So, thank you.
And then we've got presents for our sisters now. We've got Ola Smith. This lovely lady audited our book. And you know our grammar. I speak English, I think in Swahili or Luganda. And she did the audit. Put your hands together for Ola Smith. I'm the next Lord Mayor, trust you. The way I'm doing this, I'm the next in line.
Do you want the chain now?
Right, so Mrs. Veronica Apogeneta.
You're better than me.
Mrs. Beth Nyakarura Kamau. Ms. Martha Chikwama. Falashade soon.
Silver Falashade, our volunteer.
Oh, are you coming?
So you can work the electric lights.
We have 3 Somo sisters. One is not well. She can't be here. Paletta Bakna from Jamaica. We have from Tanzania, Hadija Ali, and from Sierra Leone, Hester Jabi. They couldn't be here today. So we have Pastor Reverend Asari also couldn't be here today. So Hester.
We've been told Esther is around.
Hester.
Where's the Hester?
Hester, where are you?
You're hiding.
Hester, Sierra Leone in the house.
Thank you.
This young lady during COVID, how old you were? We're telling the Lord about good luck you're doing. Yeah. She was 7.5 stone heavy. And now she has dedicated her life to helping any baby to release something every day. It's called LA Nutrition. That's where she is. Well, to you. She wasn't.
I think that's everything. Thank you, Lord Mayor. Yes, please. Now you see, Lord Mayor gets permission from me to sit down. I'm definitely next in line. Allow me to invite another director of WODIN, Sarah Nabude. And after Sarah's speech, I'll get our lovely Sylvia to invite our Lord Mayor and our VIPs to the lovely buffet that is unfolding. I know in Africa you don't visit and go without food, so let nobody walk out of here without a meal.
Hello everyone. I'm really speechless because it's been a long journey since we started with the whole project. Because before it was like an oral recording, and then we had to do the book. So it was a long journey, but really beautiful. My name is Sarah Nabude. I'm among the Somo sisters. So when I was picked by Flavia to be part of the book, I was like, there's nothing for me to share. Like, I felt like I didn't have so much really to put out there. Like, haven't experienced much. That's what I thought. But she's like, you could be wrong. Everyone has a story, either small or big, and I kept on thinking I shouldn't do it, but yeah, eventually I did it. I was like, let me open myself to opportunities. I never know where this could lead, and I was really astounded when few people have talked to me and said, oh, we loved your have, share it. One way or the other, it will inspire someone. Even when you think it's not that a big deal, it could. So thank you so much. Thank you for honoring our invites, and thank you for coming today. Thank you. I know when you start smelling the food and someone keeps speaking, you can't really take anything in. So I won't take away that from you. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, my boss. Thank you so much. I'm sure many of you are thinking, what is Somo? What Somo sisters? What does that mean? Somo is Swahili from our sister Beth Kamalo. That's where she comes from. Yeah, it's Swahili for learning, reading, learning together. So we were learning together about each other's journeys, cultures, and experiences. So you can say Somo or Somo. So Somo sisters learning together. And so we created an oral history record. It's archived in the Liverpool Central Library. So it's part of the Liverpool record, and it can be